An ISEC is an insulated solar electric cooker. A 100-watt solar panel directly powers a heating element that is nested inside an insulated container such as this bucket. With the solar panel in direct sunlight, an ISEC can boil a liter of water in around an hour and a half. Think of an ISEC like a slow cooker. The system is insulated, and the food retains heat as it cooks slowly. An ISEC is an efficient method of cooking food. This video will guide you through building an ISEC. To build the heater, you will need these materials: a metal bowl to house the heater, a thermal switch and thermal fuse, a section of nichrome heating wire, 2 sections of silicon wire, and a connector for the solar panel. And lastly, some cement. You will also need these tools: a soldering iron, wire clippers, solder, digital multimeter, heat shrink or electrical tape, and heat conduction grease, and also a mask and eye protection to mix the cement. To build the heater, first cut or drill 2 holes into your heater bowl. The wires from your heating element will enter and exit through these holes. Then, put on your mask and eye protection to mix the cement. Mix an amount of cement so that its volume fills to just below the holes you cut into the bowl. Do not cover the holes with cement. You will run the wires from your heating element through them. While you are waiting for your cement to dry, you will begin work on the heating element. For the most optimal load from a 100-watt solar panel, you want a section of nichrome wire between 3.5 ohms to 4 ohms. We use the digital multimeter to measure a 3.9 ohm section of nichrome wire, which is approximately 41 centimeters. It is important to measure your ohm nichrome wire, as its resistivity will be different. Once you have confirmed the section's resistance, cut the nichrome wire to the length you measured. Remember, next, measure twice to secure the nichrome wire to the cement. Here, we use metal photo hangers, but you can use any metal fastener such as bent nails or staples. Use the heat glue to secure the fastener to the cement. Once the glue is dry, run the nichrome wire through the fasteners in a loop to create your burner. Make sure the nichrome wire does not touch the metal wall of the burner. This will create a short circuit, which will likely result in a fire. Now, it is time to solder. Pause this video and refer to the diagram as you solder the circuit. The thermal fuse is soldered to the thermal switch. These circuit elements will prevent your ISEC from overheating and catching on fire. Take your wiring harness and strip a 1 centimeter section from both the red and black ends with your wire strippers. Tin and solder the wire leads to the thermal switch and thermal fuse. Cover the exposed sections with heat shrink or electrical tape to protect the circuit elements from a short. The thermal switch and thermal fuse will be placed near the burner so that they can accurately gauge the temperature of the system and turn their burner off if it gets too hot. Feed the thick silicon wire in and wrap a section of nichrome wire around it to hold it in place. Solder the 2 wires together. Feed the silicon wire through the metal fastener so it is secure. Consult the circuit diagram. The burner should look like this when it is completed. Next, you will solder in the USB charger. This will allow you to charge your electronic devices, and it will also tell you the voltage of the solar panel. The USB charger is wired in parallel to the circuit. Refer to the circuit diagram. Expose a section of wire on both the red positive and black negative leads with your wire strippers. Wrap the corresponding red positive and black negative ends of the USB charger leads around this exposed section and solder them together. Use electrical tape to cover the exposed sections of wire. Next, you will create the housing of the ISEC. To make the ISEC housing, you will need a paint bucket with a lid. Here, we use a 19-liter bucket. You will also need insulation for the bottom and the sides. Here, we use sheep wool. And you will need insulation for the top. Here, we use wool blankets. Pack the bottom of the bucket with sheep wool. Place the burner on top of the wool, making sure to not let any wool contact the inside of the burner. Create a hole in the side of your bucket the same size as the diameter of the USB charger. Install the USB charger with the provided lock ring. Create additional holes near the bottom of the bucket to feed the power wire leads through. Place the cookpot on top of the burner. It is very important that the cookpot does not directly contact the nichrome wire, or you will create a short, possibly leading to a fire. We glue a rock on top of the burner to separate the cookpot from the wire. Pack the wool tightly around the cookpot. Then, pack the wool blankets on top of the cookpot and install the lid. Allow the ISEC to sit for a few hours, as the wool compacts and molds into a semi-rigid shape. Your ISEC can now be used. Place your 100-watt solar panel in direct sunlight and plug in your ISEC. Your USB charger should read above 16 volts. The ISEC will boil a liter of water in around an hour. Now, it's your turn to build an ISEC.